Hey y'all, what is up and welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year, the Sephora VIB sale. Rouge gets 20% off and then it goes down to the next tier and 15 and 10% I believe. So it's actually going to kick off tomorrow. So I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and give you guys my recommendations. These are my top tier products that I use on a regular basis and that I just think are amazing and you should try as well. Everything that is on my face right now will be linked in the description box because I know someone will ask me. Right along with every product that I mentioned, it will be down there as well. So we're gonna break this up in categories. Sorry, I got my list here. I wanna make sure I stay on track. The first category we're gonna talk about is skin. So I am in this point in my life where I'm realizing that it is time to invest in skincare. This is something that I knew, but I was just kind of like, oh, I just dip and dabble. No. 32 years old, we're not getting younger, we're only gonna progress more in life, so we gotta make sure we're taking care of our skin. So the first thing here I'm gonna mention is a cleanser that I've been enjoying, and this is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate Cleanser. It's just a daily foaming wash and I have really been enjoying this. This is just a small little bottle here, but I like this a lot. I like that it's foaming, you know what I mean? Like it's creamy in texture so my skin doesn't feel dried out. My face feels really nice and cleansed without it just sucking everything out, you know what I mean? Because even if you do have oily skin like me, oh, that's the other thing. I have very oily skin. So all of my skincare recommendations are going to be geared towards that because I don't ever speak, especially when it comes to skincare, of anything for dry skin because I don't live that life. But I highly recommend this and enjoy that a lot. The next skincare item that I have here, let's see, some of them I don't have because I have to order them during the sale, but the next one here is going to be the Ole Henriksen Glow 2 HO, the toner in the blue bottle. I always screw up the name. I'm currently out of that and I've been out of it for about 2 weeks because I knew the sale was coming and I just wanted to save some moolah. So that product I have been using for, I want to say, 1.5 years now. If you have acne, scarring, or any type of dark spots, highly recommend it. That product changed the game for me. It changed my skin, just the overall complexion of my skin. I love it. So highly recommend that one. And then the other product is the Ole Henriksen. This is the Invigorating Nighttime Gel. This is what I use as my night cream, so to speak. Again, I have really oily skin, so anything that is a gel formula for me is just going to be the best because it sinks into the skin, doesn't sit on top. I don't feel greasy, but it's still going to hydrate me. The next product we have here, this is another Ole Henriksen. If you can't tell, this is probably my favorite skincare brand, but this is the Truth Serum. I've only got a little bit left in here. This is a collagen boosted with True C complex. Again, I am all about just making sure the complexion of my skin is on point, especially these days we have to wear a mask. And at one point I was really experiencing some serious masking. However, I switched my mask. I have black disposable ones that I got from Costco, and I also have some masks that I have made myself. I will be sure to leave the links for those down below because if you want to purchase them, they are now available on my website. Check it out. And just making sure my skin is on point, it's everything. So Truth Serum, love this product. Next up here, this is a newer product for me as well. This is the Ink Key List, and I'm also going to purchase a few other items from them during the sale. This caffeine eye cream, y'all, I love this. You know my go-to is the Instant Naturals. However, that one is not available at Sephora, but this, oh my goodness. Every morning, every night, I just love how it hydrates up under the eye. It feels so good. Skin, makeup goes on over it beautifully. I love it. And the last skincare item that I have here is by the brand called Belief. It is their Truth Cream Aqua Bomb. Obsessed with this. I use this in the morning and oh my word, again, I just love how it makes my skin feel. So yeah, that is my skincare recommendations. Next up, we only have a few hair care products here. These shampoo and conditioners, I only recommend if you are chemically treated. So if you have color, if you get your hair highlighted, if you get your roots done to cover grays, if you get any sort of relaxing, any sort of chemical service, I highly recommend these. If you do not have any chemicals on your hair, I do not see the need for this, but the Olaplex Bond Maintenance, because what happens is when you are doing any sort of chemical service on your hair, you are manipulating the bonds. They are being broken down a little bit, so this is going to help maintain the bonds, which is why I said if you do not have any kind of chemicals treatments on your hair, I just don't find this necessary. However, if you just want to get it and use it, ball out, sis. But I have highlights and I am also relaxed now, and this has just been a game changer on my hair. I will say I do follow it up with another shampoo. It's not available at Sephora, just simply because I feel like sometimes it's so moisturizing, it can leave my hair feeling kind of heavy, and I'm all about some volume in my pixie cut, so be careful with that, especially if you do have finer hair. Highly recommend these. And then the other thing that I have here is still my VIB co-wash conditioner. You're probably thinking, Amber, you don't have natural hair anymore. Why are you using the co-wash? Here is the thing. I exercise a lot. Y'all know I'm currently still in prep. I have a bodybuilding competition coming up. I have high cardio right now. I'm lifting heavy, and with my hair being short, I exercise, my hair is drenched just like that. I am a sweater, okay? So midday through the week, I might not necessarily want to shampoo my hair, but I just want to kind of cleanse it. This is what I'll use. And honestly, I remember when I transitioned from my relaxed hair to going natural, that was like 5 years ago, and I started using co-wash on my hair, and I was like, oh my God, how come I have not been doing this? So all of my girls that are relaxed, use a co-wash, because it will just really, really help, especially if you're someone like me and you exercise a lot and you just feel like you need to wash your hair due to sweat, but you don't want to dry it out. Get you a co-wash, girl. This one, I've been using this one for what, 4 years now. This is thebomb.com. Okay, now we're gonna move on to foundations. So these are my Holy Grail foundations here. The first one is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. This is my full coverage. I wanna be glam to the max foundation. I wear this when I wanna feel glam. I wear this during my bodybuilding competitions just to kind of give me that overall it's just, to me, it's just a very, very glamorous, flawless, full face beat foundation. Again, I have oily skin. In fact, all of these that I recommend, they are not for dry skin, so just be aware of that, but absolutely love this. The next one, this is the Huda Beauty foundation, the liquid one, not the stick one. I'm actually wearing the stick foundation right now, and I'll have that video up next week. I have to test it out for a week first. Y'all know how I do. I like to test it out first and then do the wear test. But yeah, I have the Huda Beauty stick foundation in 500 Mocha on, but this is the liquid foundation. This I can dull down a little bit more. When I say dull down, like I can get it to not be as full on. However, if you are not a full on coverage girl, I don't recommend either one of those. I have something coming up for you next, but this is the full. This can be full as well, but I can dull it down. This one, you're not gonna really be able to, it's gonna take some finessing to really, really break it down a little bit, but I love how this makes my skin look. I feel like a babe when I wear this foundation. So this is definitely one of my favorites that I recommend. And then next up, this is gonna be more so for just like the everyday. If you want more of a medium coverage, again, you have to have oily skin. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte, and this is in the shade 400. Mine is very low. Absolutely love this. This is perfect for that everyday wear. You don't want too much, but you want a little bit just to kind of help blur the skin and blend in any imperfections. Love this one. And then of course y'all know powder foundation, because I love me a good powder foundation. Again, same thing, must be oily. It's gonna give you that medium. You can build it up to full coverage if you want, but it's not gonna be a full-on coverage like the foundations, but this is perfect for everyday wear as well. And especially if you're like a super keep it simple girl, you want something that's quick, wham bam, thank you ma'am, this is where it's at. All right, now moving on to one of my favorite makeup products, concealer. I'm a concealer junkie. If you've been following me for a while, you know I'm the queen of under eye concealing, spot concealing, throw some powder on, and move on out the door. So I've got 4 here. We will start with the newest one to the collection, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. Again, if you are dry, you will not like this. This gives the prettiest finish. It's matte, but it's not too matte. You know what I mean? And it is full coverage. For this shade right here, 5.3, I prefer to use this shade on its own, so with no foundation, so just basically under eye and then spot conceal, because when I pair it with my foundation, it kind of pulls a little too warm. I need to get the shade under it. In fact, I plan on getting the shade underneath it, but I really like this. It just looks very nice, flawless and smooth, easy to use for spot concealing as well. The next up here, another matte one. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked. This concealer is on its last leg. I'm scraping the bottle. I like how lightweight this is. It's full coverage, but it's just very lightweight. Urban Decay did a great job formulating this concealer, because I found that most concealers that are this lightweight, they just don't pack enough coverage, but this gives great coverage, and I love the shade. It's 70 NY. Very pretty. And now we're gonna move on to some concealers that aren't matte. So another one that I am scraping the bottle of, this is my Pat McGrath concealer in the shade MD24. This is so pretty. Blending this out, you do not have to have any crazy skill level to blend it out, which I love that. And this feels luxe. I mean, of course, it's Pat McGrath, so it's got some weight on it, but again, it's not drying under the eyes. It's not a matte finish. It's more so of a satin finish, and it does give you like just the perfect amount of coverage. And then the last concealer here that I recommend, now this is for anyone that maybe does have drier under eyes. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So this is my favorite concealer for, let's say, if I'm just running errands, I want to throw a little something on, or I'm going to work and I'm just not feeling like doing the most that day. This concealer is where it's at. It is so skin-like. It's very easy to blend out. It's not going to give you like full-on shebang bang coverage like the Makeup Forever. However, this is the no makeup look concealer. That is what this is. And my shade in here is 6W Extra Deep Warm. Okay. That was concealers. Now we're going to move on to all things powder here. So we'll start with these 2 products. Laura Mercier Translucent Powder in Honey. Absolutely love. I never used the original on me. You guys probably get tired of me saying the same things over and over, but that's how you know it's real. Translucent Deep, I have that in my vanity. However, only use that when I don't have on any foundation, because I feel like it alters my shade too much. But Translucent Honey is where it's at. So if you were my shade and you were wondering if this would work for you, absolutely. The next product that I have here is another one by Laura Mercier. I've had this for, I know, 2 years. I am not a fan of highlighter. However, the Laura Mercier Glow is all I need in my life. I use this as a highlighter. It just gives just a little bit of that highlight effect, but not too much. I'm oily. I have my own built-in highlighter. I got my own built-in dew, so I just have to be very careful with highlighters. And also, I have larger pores and texture skin, and sometimes with other highlighters, they can just look they just look chunkier on my skin just because I have some texture, but this goes on so smooth, and it looks really beautiful on the skin. Next up here, we've got a contour. You already know what it is. Natasha Denona Sculpting Powder in the shade number 5 Deep. The most perfect contour powder I have ever used in my life. Yes, the best. Thank me later. Now we're going to move on to 2 bronzers here. We'll actually have 3, but we're going to talk about these 2 first. Don't sleep on Sephora collection, okay? If you saw my bronzer video on Monday, then you already know, but the Sephora collection bronzed, and this is in the shade number 6 Ibiza. It's Sephora collection, it's affordable, it is so beautiful on the skin, and they did a good job with the color undertone. It's not too red. Have you ever had a bronzer, and I feel like this happens a lot for women of color, Black women, where we get a bronzer and it's so red it looks like a blush? This is not that. That is how the Fenty Beauty powder bronzer is on me. It's so red, it doesn't even look like a bronzer. It looks like a blush. This is beautiful. So if you're looking for a new bronzer, I highly recommend you try this one or the Jouer Duo. This is beautiful too. So what I like about this is I have both of these shades, so you get more of like that customized bronze look, and it adds a little bit more dimension. This is in the shade Sun Glow and Sun Gaze, and it says to deep to dark bronze duo. So Jouer has this formula, top notch. I really like it, and it doesn't have any shimmer in it. Like these two don't have any shimmer in it. Me personally, I prefer a bronze without any type of shimmer in it, but again, that just falls back onto preference. Now the last powder products we have here are Charlotte Tilbury. I didn't realize that my little Charlotte Tilbury collection here is growing, but the first thing I will talk about is the Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. This is in the shade number 3 Dark. A con about this is this powder is so finely milled, you will hit pan first. So I've had this since August, and I guess it's time for me to hit pan, but just make sure you lightly touch into it because you will run through it really quickly. This is what I set my under eyes with in my entire face today. So I love this. Next Charlotte Tilbury product we have here is bronzer. Whatever shade you like, this is the one that I'm currently using right now, shade number 3. Again, check out my bronzer collection video. It's dope. Love this. Currently rocking shade 3. I was doing shade 4 in the summertime, but now shade 3 is where it's at for me. I love this. And Charlotte Tilbury blushes are the jam. So I have, y'all know Sex on Fire. I have worn this baby out, O-U-T out. So Sex on Fire, and then this is in the shade Pillow Talk Intense. This is just beautiful. And I think that is, yeah, that's it for all of our powder products. Now we're moving on to eyes. Okay, so let's talk really quick because I feel like eyeshadow is a very intimate and very serious thing. I am an eyeshadow junkie. I'm an eyeshadow lover. I love it all. Give it to me. However, we can't buy it all, okay? Right now during this sale, and not just for eyeshadow products, but for anything that's maybe especially luxury and you've been having your eyes on it for a long time, I always say, if you're gonna buy it during the sale. Y'all know I talk all about being a good steward with your money, making smart makeup purchases, because I am someone who is just really focusing on that. I did not grow up with financial information, and so that's something that I've had to learn the hard way and dig myself out of, and also, you know, just really paying attention to my makeup budget and where I'm spending my money at. So I said all of that to say, now is the time to buy luxury eyeshadow palettes. I'm not gonna recommend a ton, I'm just gonna say this. If you're gonna go there, I recommend Natasha Denona because that's my favorite luxury, and Pat McGrath. I feel like those two are the most popular luxury eyeshadow palettes. I don't have one that I can say I recommend for Pat McGrath, just simply because I don't feel like Pat McGrath eyeshadows are shadows you can wear every day. However, if you're gonna get a Natasha Denona palette, Biba is where it's at. Why Biba? Because Biba is an everyday palette. I feel like if you're willing to spend the money on a palette, it best be a palette that you are going to easily touch at least 2 to 3 times a week, and that is what Biba is. Biba is hands down one of my favorite palettes of all time. Mine's kind of busted, please excuse, but it's just, I mean, it's a neutral palette. The formula is amazing. You can get so many different looks with this. The depth, the saturation, it is everything. So Biba is great, but if you want to go any other direction with her palette, to do so, you won't be disappointed. Or if you're just like, nah sis, ain't nobody spending $129 on the palette for Natasha, get a mini. This is just one of the minis that I have by her, mini glam palette. So that way you can kind of test the waters out and see if maybe you even want to indulge in a Natasha Denona palette. So that's all I want to say for eyeshadow. Next up, we're going to move into just some other eye products here. So mascara, Benefit Bag Out Bang. Mascara is something that I also feel like is very personal, because just like our hair, everyone's lashes are different. Some people have straight lashes, some people have curlier lashes, some people's lashes droop down, some people's lashes go straight up. So it's just really going to depend on your type of lash that you have. Everyone has different shedding cycles. Lashes is just, you know, it's like hair. Not all mascaras are gonna work for you, just like not all hair products are gonna work for you. But my lashes, I have more curlier lashes that go up more, and this I really, really like. Now from my observation, of course, this ain't the law, this ain't the Bible, but people that tend to have more straight down lashes or straighter lashes seem to not like this as much. Now, like I said, that's just my observation. If you have straight lashes and you like it, perfect, but that's just what I've gathered, okay? And then I have for brows, Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil is where it's at, 100%. I've done ABH Brow Wiz, Brow Definer, I've done the Fenty Brow, and I just keep coming back to this. So this is my staple, and I'm in the shade 5. And then for, what is Murillo doing? Sorry, anyway, the Sephora Colorful Wink It Waterproof. I like felt tip liner. However, I'm about to move on to gel liner because I am just getting bored with my felt tip liner. I want to switch it up. But if you're going to get a felt tip liner, Sephora Collection Wink It. It is waterproof, stays on all day long. And then luxury, but totally worth every penny, Marc Jacobs Highliner eyeliners. Again, I'm oily. I struggle a lot with liner staying on me. I never struggle with these. So these 3 are my favorite. So I have Earthquake, which is a brown. I have a black, and then I have this shade in, what is this, Rococo? Yeah, and this is more so like a brown shimmer. Love these, and I'll probably get like a purple and blue because I love purple and blue liner. And then last but not least, the one brush that I push, the Makeup Forever foundation brush. This is the 108 flat foundation brush, the best foundation brush in the world. I've been using this, I want to say 2 years now. Before, I was all about a sponge, all about a beauty blender. I tried this one day in Sephora and I was like, whoa, it doesn't leave your foundation streaky and it's very easy to use. I feel like that's the struggle with a lot of foundation brushes. Either they're streaky or there's a learning curve. No, no, no. This is super simple, very easy to use. So, okay, we did it. That is going to wrap up my Sephora VIB recommendations. Like I stated, everything down below is in the description box. Let me know if you plan on buying anything, if you have any recommendations for me, or if you're like, nah sis, we're on a low buy or a no buy. Much respect to you, all right? So happy shopping, be mindful with your money. Don't buy something just because it's on sale. Only buy what you really want, all right? You know the deal, keep it simple, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.